So I was on my bomb disposal course and I'd already failed this course twice. My career was on the line, I was disarming a training ID, and the stakes were up, the pressure was huge. How did I get through it? Now, there's this Taoist concept and it's called the Wu Wei, and it roughly translates to the art of non doing or effortless action. Now, that might not make sense, but we all kind of know it and we all aspire to be it. It's that guy in high school that doesn't seem to study or try very hard at all and just gets straight A's. It's that sportsman who makes everything look so easy. It's that guy at the range who just whips out his pistol and hits the target without even trying. That is Wu Wei. Now, most people completely misunderstand it and get it wrong because what they think it is don't have to try. Just let it happen. Just go with the flow and you'll get better. But that's not how it works. Now, the concept is a real thing. It's not just some Chinese philosophical practice. It's a real thing backed up by psychology and neuroscience. So first, you've got to learn the skill. You can't just become Wu Wei and effortlessly know a skill. You have to really practice. Now, there's a few stages to learning the skill. Now, that's the unconsciously incompetent. You have no idea that you suck. You have no idea what you don't know. And you just suck. Then there's the consciously incompetent stage, where you know that you aren't very good and you think about every little step you take. You think about your foot positioning, your hand positioning, every little thing you're doing, you're focusing on it so hard, trying not to mess it up. Then there's the consciously competent stage. It's where you know kind of what you're doing, but you have to think about it. And then finally, you move into the unconsciously competent stage, where you just do it. You don't even need to think about it. Think about driving. You don't really think about it. You just do it. After enough hours behind the wheel, you just know what you're doing. Now, how this looks in neuroscience is there's a thing called neural pathway development. Every time you conduct one action, that bridges the gap between two neurons. Now, every time and every subsequent time you do that, it carves a deeper groove into that neural pathway. So the more you do it, the easier it is, the better you get at it because of that neuroplasticity, and the brain actually changes around you doing that skill. But learning the skill is only half the equation. You don't just learn the skill off by heart and then you automatically become Wu Wei. No, you have to actually let go. You have to release yourself of the pressure and tension that you're giving yourself to perform. Now, Novak Djokovic was struggling. He got to a point where he was burnt out, he was cooked, and he was really frying himself trying to focus on the metrics, trying to climb the leaderboard, trying to chase down Nadal and Federer. And what happened is he almost quit for a bit, but then he found the love of the game again. He got back into it and just realized that, you know what, I just love hitting the ball. And every time he did that, he just, I'm just going to go hit the ball. That's just what I love doing. And when he found that love, he then went on an unprecedented winning streak. He went on a 43-match win streak and won 3 Grand Slams in a row. He found his Wu Wei. It's like in The Matrix when he's trying to jump across the buildings and he's like trying to white-knuckle it and he runs and he jumps and he's like, "Ugh," and then he slams into the pavement. It's kind of like that. And then at the end, when you see him and he just kind of starts to believe and flow, and Morpheus says, like, he's starting to believe. And that's when he's doing all this sweet kung fu and he's not even thinking about it, right? Kind of transcend the point of learning the thing, and then you find your Wu Wei. There was also a study conducted on the top 25 ranked tennis players, and they wanted to find out what separated the top 5 from the top 25. So they went into it and they realized that the training was the same, the nutrition was very similar, they all worked incredibly hard, they all had an incredible work ethic. So what was the difference between the top 5 and the rest of the top 25? And it turns out it was almost this sense of play, but it was the 10 seconds between points that mattered the most. So the difference between the rest of the top 25 and the top 5 was that the rest of them, when they missed a point or they lost a point, they would beat themselves up and they would get frustrated. And the top 5, every time they dropped a point, they would think, ooh, missed that one. Wait till you see what I do on the next one. And I experienced this concept of Wu Wei in my army career because I'd actually failed my bomb disposal course twice.
You're gonna miss it a little bit. Huh? I'm cutting away. See? All done. Raj. Yeah. Grab that cat. Grab the cat. Get back! Take back!
I really put a lot of pressure on myself in those early courses to succeed. And I really wanted to keep up my reputation. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to show everybody what I was made of. And I really had a lot of pressure. There's a lot of negative self-talk and I white-knuckled my way through it. I just thought if I try really hard, if I worked at it, if I thought about every move, every step, I would get there. But then when I returned for the third time and final time, there were no more chances after this. I kind of disassociated myself from the outcome. One, my self talk was a lot better. But two, I mean, I obviously cared. I wanted to succeed. But I really just didn't put the pressure on the outcome. I thought, you know what? I failed before. If I fail again, it's fine. I'm going to be okay. I survived the last two times. I'll survive the third. It's going to be fine. I'll go do something else. And that releasing the pressure just allowed me to kind of fall into this wu wei. I mean, I already knew how to do the job. I'd done it so many times. I had hundreds of repetitions, successful repetitions. It wasn't a skill issue, it was a mindset issue. And as soon as I figured out that final piece, I was able to enjoy it. I was even having fun conversations on task. I just wasn't this ball of stress anymore. I was enjoying it. I was having fun. And if I went down, I was like, oh, well, get the next one. It's fine. I had that confidence through the amount of reps that I did. And then also my mindset completely shifted to take the pressure off the loss. So it was how I kind of overcame that and found my wu wei. And ultimately, I was successful. I beat the device and then successfully dealt with live munitions later on using a lot of those same techniques. So you need to harbor your sense of play, whether that's in school, sports, or your high pressure career. It's a way of unlocking this mindfulness and being completely freed to achieve what you know that you can achieve. First, you need to drill the thing until you can't get it wrong, and then just let go. Have fun with it. You've done the reps, you've done the practice. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, check out this other one, and don't forget to drop a subscribe. Thanks for watching.